Today we're going to play one of my favourites from childhood, and I haven't done this for years. I won't say how many. I've got a 3-metre piece of elastic, so it's that fat elastic, and I'm just going to tie a knot in it. I'm going to go this way, and then this sometimes needs 3 people. There's only 2 of us here, so we've invited a friend. And some of you might already know what's going to happen. You might have played this before if you're old enough, but if not, wait and see. All right, so I'm going to invite Ed to come and stand here, and then we're going to play. So this is an oldie but a goodie. I have no idea what it's called in English because I grew up in Eastern Europe, so...
What's it called in Polish?
I can't remember that either. I was hoping you wouldn't ask that. But here's how it goes, right? So a piece of elastic, and we start off at ankle level. So great for little kids, but there's actually 4 levels that you go up to. And the first thing is you've got to jump on the elastic. And then jump on the other side, but turn.
Aha.
Okay, so one turn is there and coming back.
All right, what's next?
Next one is on 1 foot.
Ah, whoops. So you're using your balance.
Exactly. Yeah, do talk about all the different things that come with it. The next round, I'm not sure if I'm getting these exactly right, but you get the drift. Okay, then you go 1 foot either side, in the middle.
So you're learning sequencing and remembering the sequence.
Exactly, learning what comes after what. I think the next one was...
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sure there were others that I can't quite remember. So once you go through all the different things, we swap places, and then you get to have a go.
Okay. So I've got to remember what you did.
You've got to remember what I did.
So I think you went...
Now, because you didn't quite get it, normally if you don't get it, then we'll swap places again. So you lose your turn, and then I go on to the next level. Okay, but we won't do that here. So yeah, so let's do that.
And then it was... like that.
Well done.
And then it was...
No, so in that one, what I did was put both feet inside the thing. Okay, so there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either get one person to do a sequence of 4 different moves and the other person copies, or you can agree on what the sequence is to begin with, and you just have to remember what it is. Now what happens once, hop in here again. What happens once each person completes a round without a mistake, without an error, you move up the ante. So you move it up to your knees. Sometimes you can have a level in between, which is on the calves.
Got to get that fella to move it up to his knees too.
Yes. And we do the same thing again. Of course, it gets a lot more difficult once you're up at knee level. Okay, so often with younger kids, just mindful of the mic being on you, you'd move it up to about calf level first. Gets pretty tricky at this level. and coming back. I won't bore you with it. And then these ones, and then there's the 1 foot. And then of course this gets tricky, having to move this all the way over there. So we're grabbing this side with our feet, moving it over, and then jumping out of it. So that's what this activity is about. So what do you reckon this develops, just watching it like that?
Balance, memory, definitely memory. Remembering the moves and the sequence.
Do you reckon a bit of fitness?
a bit of fitness, yes.
Yeah, and also the ability to play, to take turns.
Mm-hmm.
So the social skills of going, okay, I stuffed up. I did get it right, so now it's the other person's turn, and that takes a lot of emotional awareness and emotional maturity to do that and not chuck a tantrum. So there's a lot of development and just learning that then you get another turn. Mm-hmm. You get another chance to have a go. And also while we're watching the other person, we get to learn from that, because there's such a thing as mirror neurons.
Yeah.
So while we're watching the other person, our brain is activated in the same way as though we're doing it. So we're actually learning from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Yeah, so there's always ways to either unload the activity or load the activity up. Okay, so depending on the level of competency, it's always important to give our kids that feeling of challenge, which is, as Ed said before, 70% success.
Yeah.
So if it's too easy, they're going to get bored. If it's too hard, they're going to get discouraged. So if it's too hard, make it easier. Get them to walk through it, or whatever it is that you can do to make it easier. Ask them how they would like to play it. And same, if it's too easy, it's possible that they'll amp it up themselves, that they'll actually increase their own challenge level. But if not, you're the mentor, right? So you're the person that's there to encourage them to challenge themselves, or perhaps offer some ideas of how they can make it more interesting. And you can make up stories about it, all sorts of stuff. Use your imagination, and that teaches your children to use their imagination to make it more fun and flowing, and to tie it in with their personal interests.
Yeah, for sure.
So a quick recap on this, because it is maybe a little bit foreign to some of you. So elastic, about 3 meters long, tied in a knot, and it's great if you can have one person holding it. But I used to play it with 2 chairs. Okay, so just some way of securing it in place, and then all the different ways that you can jump over the elastic, and use your imagination. Do whatever you like, but this is the way that I do it. So for your really young kids, you can go just on and off, or you can just get them to walk on, turn and off. So see, they're having to develop a bit of forward planning and work out, how am I going to execute this move? So if you demonstrate and they're watching you, they're having to engage the part of the brain that helps them visualize how they're going to do it, and how they're going to engage their muscles to do it. So then both feet, either just on and off or turning around. Then 1 foot, again, you can just go on and off, or if that's too hard, get them to step on it and then jump off. Okay, you can get them to just jump into the middle and then jump out.
There's a lot of spatial awareness as well. They're developing spatial awareness, aware of the space in between the elastic, where it is,
Definitely.
how high it is.
Yes, exactly. So once again, the only way that we know how to interact with objects that aren't us is if we know where the object is. And the only way we know where it is if we know where we are and where each of our body parts are. So it develops all of those connections of that awareness of, where is my foot? How do I need to move it to get this elastic to hook on it so that I can bring it over to the other side? And then how high do I need to jump And what do I need to do with my feet? I need to tilt them to disengage it. Okay, so have fun with it. And remember, it's lots of fun, and we're developing nerve connections that are going to help your kids with all of their learning. And I don't just mean school. When I say learning, I don't mean school.
Learning for life.
Learning for life. Learning about social skills. It's all the stuff that you don't see that's going on behind the scenes, behind the eyes, inside the brain while we're playing, which is the great thing about it.
Yay.
And you get to watch Ed jump on a piece of elastic, which
Pretty entertaining stuff.
You can't buy that. So enjoy. Let us know how you're going with it. Or if you have any questions, hit me with them. You can probably Google this stuff. I have no idea what it's called. I'm sorry. But go for it. Have fun. Enjoy. And most importantly, connect with your kids. Today, we're going to play one of my favourites from childhood.